I spent the first hour of my day today helping a gentleman fix his app that he built vibe coding after three different AIs told him that they had fixed his problem. ChatGPT, Claude, and the platform's built in AI, and each one said, "These are the steps to fix your problem," but nothing worked. And he had spent weeks, burned through hundreds of credits, and ended up having to pause for 3 weeks because he ran out of money to solve the problem and the bug was still there. What he thought was happening is that AI was getting closer and closer, and that all he needed was one more prompt or a little bit more credit or one more, "Hey, we found it," and the fix was right around the corner. But what actually happened is that while AI has knowledge, it does not have experience. Knowledge is knowing what a user table looks like. Experience is knowing the app has to check what kind of user is being created before it checks what the organization that user belonged to. His problem was his app was built using step two instead of step one. And how we figured that out was running through the steps and using troubleshooting steps. If your app does not have a way to capture information about where something fails, then you're running around in traffic with a blindfold on, trying to figure out how to cross the road. It's really important to include the ability to troubleshoot the steps of your app. I ended up being able to figure it out because I used a browser and the developer tools within the browser to find out that the app was looking for the organization of a user who didn't have one because it was a brand new user who was supposed to be able to create their own organization. Ultimately, it was because his workflow, he had what I call a shitty workflow, but it really wasn't his fault. He had built layers on through his vibe coding experience and jammed himself into a corner. It was something that had frustrated him, and he said that he had probably spent 50, 60 hours trying to troubleshoot this, and we solved it in an hour. So there you are, the benefits of talking to someone with experience, not just knowledge, but experience. I love AI just as much as everyone else, but it doesn't always help you figure out a problem that you don't know how to search or how to research or how to troubleshoot. The joys of years of tech support have given me a lot of silly things that I just do without thinking about them. What I'm going to do to help folks do better with their vibe coding processes is I'm building out what I call a WTF is a PRD course, and I'm delivering in June that will help you better develop your app. And it's going to cover, I'm not going to say all the ins and outs because there's no such way to cover every single thing. There's only doing the best that we can. And we'll talk about how you do core features for your application, managing users for your application, and then a little bit about security. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know.